So, last week, having witnessed the murder of Ribbles, the group went about trying to figure out who at the dinner parties is the one guilty of doing it. And that pretty much everyone here has a stake in him being dead. The group didn't find anything in that seems to be like they were on what's the word I'm looking for? On a verge of figuring out who did it. Meanwhile, Lyric went about looking for her old house, having seen it has been burned and torn down since last she was here. Heads back to the mansion. Meanwhile, being before everyone got done for the week, Isaac, the son and steward of Isaac, the son of the now deceased great family head and steward of Victor's brother, says he has something that he needs to talk to them about. And that is where we're going to kick it back off.
Also, wasn't Lyric outside?
Yes, and she had just gotten back to the house.
Yeah, just came in.
And Lyric, you get there just in time to notice the storm's really starting to kick up. Did I put you inside already? I'm going to put you inside already.
Myself in. I just moved myself in.
Okay.
I am 10 steps ahead of you, Mr. Timmy G. I am playing the Ultra 1000D chess.
Okay, because you're not supposed to be there yet.
Oh, okay.
As Mercurius kind of greets you in the entryway. I see you have returned. Yeah, you're one of the few people that I'm going to let back into the house at this point.
Who are the other few?
Members of the military.
Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense, I guess.
So you've missed some interesting things.
So I was told when I came back something about the party had been murdered.
Yes, the host, Ribbles. You best go. Let's go find the rest of your group and figure out what's going on.
I'm assuming that's when we cut back to Isaac and Victor and.
About this time, that's when Lyric walks back in the room with Mercurius. He goes, Isaac, what are you doing in here? Nothing, sir. I just was been trying to figure this out myself, and I was gonna talk to them about it. You best go back to guarding your parents, and my mother in there. Suppose you were right. Damn storm's holding up the, MPs trying to get here to get everything hopefully better under control. Kinda goes back in here.
So, Isaac, you were saying that you may have you had something to share with us.
Yes, as he kind of goes over to this table. I have a feeling this murder tonight might have something to do with my father.
Victor just pulls up a chair and just sits down. And pulls that flask out. Take a sip. Okay. Just he knows Isaac is still too young to drink, so he's not going to offer, but he is going to offer some of the decanter of endless water.
He takes a sip. Much appreciated, Victor. He pulls kind of out of this little out of his pocket a little beat it up old-looking journal. This journal was my father's. I found it not long after I witnessed him being murdered.
Victor will not. Like, he's not going to interrupt him. He's just going to let him talk.
He kind of opens up and looks through it. He kind of points at you to read it.
Victor will lean over and start reading the entries he's open up to.
It's clearly written in some kind of code that you can't comprehend it. You want to give me, say, an intelligence check?
Sure thing. Give me 1 second. There's intelligence check. Woo. That's 15.
Yeah,
I'll
you
try
see
to.
some kind of what looks like discernible patterns in it, but you realize it needs some kind of cipher to figure out what any of it might mean.
I'll give it a try if I
Go ahead.
able to look at the book. 21.
Yeah, you notice that same thing, but you seem to figure out there's a couple of repeating patterns in there that you could glean what some of the patterns might be or words might be. Like you find like some the in there because that's a pretty common word. What appears to be Harvey's name in there, or Isaac's name in there every now and then on the page you were on. But like I said, you'd have to have a good sit down to actually do any kind of deciphering in here.
Best leave it to the pros.
Victor will take longer like there's something here. I'm assuming the message just reads like something normal, other than all the notes that just like denoting that it's there's clearly some kind of code here, correct? Kind of like a recipe or general. Oh, I went to here, went to the town, blah 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 blah. Those kind of notes, correct?
So
Or is it just clearly code?
It's clearly code.
Fortunately.
On the page he showed you, at least.
Lyric's gonna walk up to the book. Is there any type of magic coming off of the book?
No.
At all? Okay. Lyric just kind of looks at everyone. So do you want me to sit and kind of decipher this out for you guys, or?
Well, he kind of interjects. I've done my work to decipher a little of it. Not much here and there, a few pages here and there, because he kind of flips to a different page. Some pages are clearly normal.
Okay, so so you found this. What did you find?
Dealings he's been making with people. I don't know. I never heard the name before, but he mentioned a guy named Namek.
Victor's gonna his back is gonna step in like just kind of rub his temples together. Here.
Strike a tone with you there, Victor, huh?
And some kind of ritual he was going to perform. About how he's been working to undermine some of the great families of this town and get more land for himself. I don't know, I feel like somehow he might have people that work under him still trying to...
Lyric, as soon as he says, undermine the families of the city, she takes the book. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna just read through this. Yeah, I'm gonna figure this out. Just go sit somewhere and just start reading it.
Lyric is Victor's going to shoot Lyric a look. Walk over for a quick minute. He's gonna look her dead in the eyes. Whatever you find out, you tell me and Mountain Blood first. Be clear. No one else.
She does the zip your mouth closed motion.
Hold me to that.
Question.
Yes?
I have proficiency in forgery kit. Is it possible that a forgery kit would have some sort of tool or guide to write in code?
I will let you to work on this. I'll let you have a investigation check with advantage since you might have a cipher breaker in that forgery kit.
Okay, and I was also going to say I am also learning Thieves' Cant. It's very, very broken and infantile comprehension of it, but investigation with advantage. That's a 15.
Okay, I'll say we'll take you a few minutes of working on this while the other people talk. And I'll see if you can, what you can figure out.
She's going over every page that is after the point that who gave us this ledger. It was his son, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac. Okay, she's gonna go just focus on the parts past that Isaac said that he read. I just methodically go through the pages.
He basically tells you he's kind of read bits and pieces where he could decipher, so it's kind of jumbled in around everywhere.
So Isaac, Victor's just going to reach low and it's very quiet voice to speaking so that way. One, not to serve Lyric, and two, not to alert the other people in the next room. How much do you know about what happened a few months ago?
With the attacks and stuff?
Also, who's walking past Victor? You would have noticed who is after the door.
Yeah, you see the Dragonborn guy walking by.
Yeah,
That
Victor's
was
gonna look.
first.
Yeah, Victor's gonna look back at him, and I thought everyone was separated.
Oh,
Apparently not anymore.
alright, I just need to go check something up here. I thought of something.
Going
And?
upstairs.
Yeah, Victor's gonna follow. Like you can, until we have to matter or closed. I'd rather keep everyone separated. So whatever you need to check, you can check with me.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I'll deal with it later. As he walks back into his room where he was sitting before.
Someone need to go up there quick.
Yeah. Mount Blood, do me a favor. Check on the group upstairs and check on the. I'm trying to remember her name. The Ribble's wife and, well, unborn child now.
Upstairs.
Yep. Just make sure they're okay.
You basically going upstairs, Mountain Blood. You see the basically the two dwarves just kind of sitting there, just trying to. The wife has picked up a book and she's just kind of paging through it. You want to give me a perception check?
Is she the one closest to me, or
Yeah.
the one furthest in back? Yeah, perception check. She.
Actually, no. These are supposed to be the other way around. I grabbed the tokens wrong when I did that last time.
Position hasn't changed, just the tokens. Perception.
Oops, sorry, wrong button. Know that.
21.
Yeah, you notice the book she's reading is basically what's it called here? What's a fun name I can name this book?
Book of Not So Vile Darkness.
No. What's a good trashy romance novel name?
Oh, come
Some
on, you're
like it
playing
hot.
Skyrim and you can't come up with a lusty blank race.
No, I don't want to go.
Volume.
That's too low hanging fruit, Wimpy.
I gave it a second. Give me 1 second.
Whatever, just the the heirs of an affair. Let's just call it that. I couldn't think of anything good
The
that you
motion
clearly
of
found
the
on one of the
ocean.
bookshelves.
Emotional.
Your grandma have Pelican romance novels. There's some really crazy ones they had named. I can't think of any of the good ones right now.
She kind of sees you kind of look up. Sorry, I've just been trying to find something to distract myself. Did you need something? Have you found anything else out?
Not in particular, but I'd check up on you and make sure everything's all right.
It's good, I know. Ellie's locked in her room over there. He kind of points to this door over here. My husband's stewing over in the corner over there. You hear him kind of mumbling something. Freaking kill him, Venom.
Just,
Kind of looks at you.
what-
I know he just said kill him, but he gets like that when anyone pisses him off. I don't think he means it.
Yeah. This is the difference between him and me is I would probably act on it just for personal gain.
Looks at you. Yeah, I can see you doing that.
Yeah. I act before I think. What can you tell me about the book you're reading? That looks like a pretty interesting find.
Yeah, just... I enjoy trashy romance novels. One's about an affair between a local young dwarf lady and a wealthy high elf aristocrat. Pretty interesting.
Sounds like a nail biter.
Yeah, I can't wait for the high elf's wife to find out. That'll be when it gets real interesting.
That's... And if I just check up on your husband over there, just make sure he's cool.
Go ahead, yeah.
Just walk on over. So, how's it going, buddy?
Oh,
we
well,
doing?
I've been accused of murder tonight, so it's been better.
Just out of sheer curiosity, what would Dragonborn, you know of his intentions on why he would possibly want to check up on you?
Why was the Dragonborn wanting to check up on me?
I don't know. Said he had to check up on something, but then said to disregard it.
That's suspicious.
Make sure that you didn't have something that he might be going after.
Not that I am aware of. I know he's always after my land, but straight up killing me would kind of defeat the purpose of that. Marilyn, let's sit over here and make sure we watch if anyone ever comes up. Kind of gets her book and comes sits over here. A good idea.
Just curious in case you guys had previous agreements or anything of that nature. Maybe he's dwelled upon.
Yes, we should be more careful tonight. I feel like if we're not careful, someone else might try something funny. I feel like we're not out of the woods yet.
Oh, this is far from over.
Storm sounding real bad. Hopefully my mines aren't flooding. That'll just be a cherry on top of this shit Sunday.
Yeah. I thought I would just double check. Definitely keep one eye and one ear open because if anyone were to get murdered, rain would definitely help cover that up. Especially any screams.
Well, I'd say if you ever hear stomping coming from up here, you better come check it out as he kind of does like a fake kind of stomping on the ground.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any noise, but hopefully we can hear that.
More of a tapping. Yeah.
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 If we need something in
Sonic-
earnest, I will tap loud as I can.
We'll try and keep one ear to the ceiling. You two have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully we don't have to come back up here. For a little while anyway.
Okay, well,
Fun with reading.
okay. Well, let's hope you can figure out who did this quick, so we can get out of here and see what we can do about buying that land. If we can even now. I don't know. My head's a mess. So we're gonna cut back downstairs then. Kinda goes, I wonder what he was doing. Did watch him. I haven't found anything about trying to get his land from my father, from notes in my father's journal.
And you might want to, other than, and you kind of, I mean, there's a rough note in it, like, other than be curious of myself and be with me, I would actually just better yet be wary. Just be wary of everybody. We're really not out of this until you find out who's up to something. Other than, well, murder and everything else.
So yeah, the night I know when I walked in on my father's murder, the man that did it, I feel like he should have gone after me next to stop it, but he didn't. He just looked at me and then left. Like you could see a look of sorrow in his eyes as he looked at me.
Vader's gonna. How old is Isaac again? Just so we're clear.
What was that?
How old is Isaac exactly?
16, 17.
Victor's actually is going to pour out some of his flask and and pass over to him just a small bit. It's like, trust me, it helps.
Kind of looks around and takes a sip. First time I've had that stuff. How can you drink that?
Again, it's one of those things you get used to. It's not exact. I don't have exactly have access to best of qualities, but it does the job. And Vader we'll pour another little cupful and just take a swig. So, do you remember that incident with pretty sure my brother mentioned you like about a month back with all the attacks?
Yes, I was down in Acrux when it happened. I remember the port got attacked by a bunch of Sahagins there, and I know your old friend and some of his new, I guess, friends helped fend off the attack.
Old friend.
The Dark Elf guy.
Oh, Goran. Yeah. Well, leave it to him to find himself and get neck deep in trouble. Yeah. Well, I gotta say one thing with the guy. He knows how to find some. And no, the questions for later.
Off in the distance. I'm not even in my body anymore.
I swear I can still hear him. To this day. Anyway.
A little bit. Just some earwax buildup. Alright.
So again, Victor will get that low voice and just say there were attacks all across the country. Namek was the one behind it. All of them. He's, as far from aware, he's a lich of great power and infinite time. Yeah, immortality tends to do that. And apparently, this is not his first. That wasn't his first attempt. Most likely, it sounds like your father was bargaining with him. I hate to say it.
I never managed to translate that full page. But it did mention something there about creating a phylactery for himself with my father. Does that mean anything to you?
Now, I know that means a lot to me as a player, but would Victor know what a phylactery is? Other
Roll
than,
intelligence.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if the Emperor mentioned it. Actually, would that be history or would that be just straight intelligence?
Are you gonna try to remember if the Emperor said something on that? Because honestly, I can't remember. Or if you're gonna try to just know that off basic general knowledge.
I got a better idea. Let's base off Arcana.
Okay then.
That sounds something magically based, so that would do it. Good roll.
Yeah.
20.
I'm gonna say you do know that and a phylactery is something that houses like the Lich's soul that you remember just reading in some book when you were killing time between a mission once back when you were in your old company. When you had like raided out a wizard's tower and found a book that he was doing stuff in. Something about a sacrifice being needed for it, but I don't know, it's one of the pages I never fully translated yet.
Maybe just gonna shook his chin like he's looking to make a phylactery. Okay, so now that leads to another question. How long has Namek been attacking has been trying to take over the country and get to that altar? I think that's a history check. Because, sounds...
Okay, roll for that history check.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out, like, is Namek helping him, or were they both making phylacteries? Were they both around the same age? So, just trying to make that connection. 9.
From what you recall from the Emperor saying, he's been at this for a while.
Yeah, so most likely,
and knowing a lich, who knows how long a while is.
Yeah, considering I think we've been dealing with events for the past millennia or so. If I recall my notes correctly. Like, maybe he's not saying this out loud, he's just stroking his chin, just thinking it over. There's most likely... This won't say out loud, though. So most likely he was getting Max help to... You said you weren't able to translate that page fully. Yeah, you know which page that was on?
He goes over to lyric that's translated on a page through. One of the last pages it's the last page is written in code. And he kind of goes back and sits back down over here. Basically says that page.
Because we know what the sacrifice was. What was specifically needed.
Could I roll an Arcana check on that page?
Go ahead. There is nothing magical on that page.
No, she was reading the text to see if there was anything written that is in like a magic language, because arcane is written very specifically.
Yeah, nothing
like
is written basically as like out of the spell works. It mentions. You do kind of see like stuff that's he points out that what it involved the ritual. But give me an intelligence check or investigation check just to try to figure something out here.
That's a 12.
You happen to notice that before sacrifice, it says important sacrifice. Or, what's another good word?
Crucial?
What?
Crucial?
Vital?
Crucial?
Important could mean vital as a necessary sacrifice.
I'm trying to think of the word that would best work for this with the role you got.
Versus important could be subjective. Are you looking for something that's more objective
forward? Oil one?
Yeah. Are you looking for a subjective term or an objective term?
More objective, but still kind of... Drawing a blank now, it's pissing me off.
Like a title for somebody, or like an adjective that describes something?
An adjective that describes someone. I had the word in mind, and then I forgot it.
Then vital would be what I would go with.
Yeah, vital sounds good.
A necessary sacrifice.
Yes.
Language aside. feel like that's a rabbit hole we'll be here all day with.
Like I said, if you would have gotten right, I would have given you the actual word that would have told you it better, but... Feeling someone that he knew that works for him might be pulling the strings behind this to try to get more land to maybe help me, and maybe he was trying to indoctrinate me into his cult.
It also brings up a question who exactly the huntsman was.
Yeah, I saw him, but I didn't recognize him. I was able to pull him out of a crowd one day once I gave my description of him and they found him.
Victor, hasn't there been like a town that has been completely like, well, the population completely removed recently?
You're talking about what was that name? What was that
Arcturus.
actually
That was close enough you'd remember that one.
What was? I'm sorry, I missed it. There was a car passing by.
Arcturus.
Arcturus, yes. Well, there was Arcturus.
The town your fight was in.
Yeah, I know Victor would have absolutely remembered that one. I just was blanking the name.
So, doesn't that seem sort of, might not be the same, but similar enough that, you know, we're looking at something that could be happening here?
This,
You
can't
were there.
discount the
How much of that place was just not real?
Well, before we continue, we are talking about Arcturus, not the ghost town, correct?
Now, the
That's
ghost
happening
town,
very
that
soon.
was a one-shot with your other characters, so you wouldn't know anything about that.
Just want to make sure, because the town was real, all right. We had, let's see, we had the captain was an imposter. He was working of the cult. Ghost town. I'm trying to remember if the church still was used as a part of a ritual.
Alright, so, can Lurk remember where there is a church in town? Or churches in town?
There is a big temple in this town dedicated to the god of luck. And a couple other gods in there have minor shrines.
So it's extremely possible what we're looking for an origin of this ritual is at the church.
Fortunately, we won't. Nobody's going to be able to leave until we figure out who committed the first poisoning. He just thumbs back into the other room. Not until
First poisoning's already happened. I don't think anything worse is going to be happening in this house. At least for the night.
Lyric, give me another investigation check for the book.
What if we separate the Dragonborns next door? Try and force some more information. Obviously, he was out here to go upstairs for some reason.
That's a 15. I'm getting everything on the other side.
Yeah, I'm saying this was with advantage, so you do find in
Okay.
one of the pages here that says, you piece together, the hunter has taken out many of our ranks already. Near this end of the page, I must complete the ritual before he finds me.
We're just gonna put that in her back pocket.
And you also get that other word on that page about the personal sacrifice.
Also going to put that in her back pocket. Has there been anyone who's gone missing in town of any importance or personal relations recently?
Kidnapping of sorts.
Isaac scratches his head. No, I've been mainly in Acrux working on my stewardship with Mercurius. I don't know what's been going on much here lately. The first time I've been back in months.
Okay. Damn, if Eric was here, this would be pretty fun. Lurk's going to close the book and hand it back over to Isaac.
Well,
If I find anything else in here, I will let you know.
Isaac is the son of who? The
Harvey Ellis, the guy that's
The-
was killed by the hunter, the last victim.
Yeah. Okay, so he's human.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I just have to place it in my brain. Okay, so this would be his father, Sherner, who was murdered by the hunter.
Yep.
Okay. Victor, do you happen to know offhand when the hunter was executed?
that sounds like a history check. So even my bird's notes don't give me a date. So give me a moment. Let me pull up my sheet and do a history check.
Zerk would know enough that the hunter sounds like he was famous enough that.
Yeah,
most
you
people
would.
have
That
heard.
name is familiar to you. I'm not even gonna have you roll for that. You've
Okay.
heard about his deeds in the capital of the Bards College because it was everywhere.
Yeah, she just wouldn't be able to recall the exact time frame of
And-
when he was executed.
Actually, you would know that too if you want to roll for history.
Okay,
Like I said, it was
I can-
news.
please, because I've got a sinking suspicion about something.
Yeah.
Well, it
I think
doesn't
both
matter because I
Victor
got
and
a nat
myself
20.
know it, so.
I was gonna say, Victor, you actually get advantage on this because you would. It would have been short about about a month before you first got you did your mission with the military.
Say about a month.
And how
Say
long ago
about-
was that?
I'd say about 3 months.
So for Victor, okay. Victor would. So Victor would respond with, "It happened about a month before I started my military service."
Yeah, I was about to say that. So
Okay.
Victor would have given a general date.
A Lyric's going to immediately point, how long to Isaac and go, and how long have you been out of town for?
I basically went to do my. I'm hoping
No, I
I
don't
remember
care.
these dates right from my. Let me double check my
How-
notes to make sure I actually have that date right. I hope I
Yeah,
have it in here
please.
someplace.
Please, because Lyric had a brain blast.
Where is that? If I even gave a date for this in the first place, I might not have.
I don't need an exact date. Just how long has Isaac? How long has it been since he's been in town? How long has he been off on missions for?
Okay, just to give you a time frame, Hunter got caught about 3 months before they executed him. So he is.
Okay, and then it's been 3 months since he's been executed, so that would be 6 months, correct?
Yep, and Isaac says he started working with Mercurius about a month after his father was killed. So about 5
About
months.
a month. So he's been gone for about 5 months.
Yes.
Okay. Lyric's going to pop her head into the Dragon Board real quick.
Okay.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Has there been any kidnappings or murders of important people around town in the last 6 months or so? Besides the one tonight and Mr. Ellis.
They both kind of think for a second. No, Harvey is the only real murder I've known that's around here that's of anyone of importance. I don't
Okay,
even
so
know
the
if we're
last-
hearing of anyone minor getting murdered, honestly.
Okay, so the last 6 months since Mr. Ellis has been murdered, and since 5 months since the hunter was captured, there's been no kidnappings or murders.
Yes.
Okay, so just think. So smile and wave at them. So
Before you leave, he looks at you. Why do you look familiar?
Lyric's going to. Does he say that loud enough that I hear him?
Oh yeah, he says that so you can hear. He says that so you can hear. You can hear him.
She's she's going to subtly kind of lift her left arm behind her head, just kind of scratch it. But as she removes her hand from the back of her head, she's going to casually kind of flick her elven ear as she puts her hand back down.
It's like, Victor, what does that mean?
I'll tell you when you're older.
At this point, she's going to go find Mercurius. Right?
He's just right in the next room.
Okay. She's going to go right up to Mercurius.
Hey,
and...
before we do, video mention, can you also grab a mother while you're at it?
She'll be like, I mean, I guess. She's gonna go right up to Mercurius and kind of like lean into his ear and whisper something.
And you're gonna whisper?
Yep. Do you need me to roll stealth?
Roll stealth, just in case.
Okay. 24.
Okay, let me roll for everyone else in this room. Okay.
She's going to whisper to him. I believe the hunter's in the next room.
And while Lyric's doing that, I just go to Victor and be like, should we try and persuade to see if we can't get some information out of Dragonborn over in the next room? You know, maybe a little more forceful than normal to figure out what he was planning on upstairs.
He basically goes, looks over at you. What are you talking about?
It's like Victor will lean into Mount Blood. Like our biggest concern right now is seeing how things play out. Is keeping Isaac. Okay, and Miss what's her name? Miss Wildtop alive, as well as anybody who's not involved in this. I'm saying, if I don't miss my guess, I think Larry might crack it.
So what is your response to him saying, what are you talking about? Lyric.
Lyric's gonna be like, saluting in. Isaac, the son of Ellis. I do not believe he's committed all of the murders of the hunter, but somehow possessed to do so.
Okay, can you speak up a little bit, Wimpy? I can't hear you over my ambient
Sure.
storm.
Sure, I can speak up since I passed my stealth check. She's gonna convey that she believes that Isaac is the hunter. That the hunter himself is some sort of way of someone possessing someone to commit murders. That the time frame of, hey, there's been no murders in the last 5 months, to there's a murder now and he's been gone for the exact same amount of time, given the evidence in the journal, it shows that it's possible that either the young teenage Ellis is either trying to continue his father's work or is the hunter. Or both. It's extremely possible he's both.
Let's go talk about this in the other room. I don't know why I have his token there. He's not there. As he kind of goes in here. Oops. And he kind of stands next to Isaac, so... kind of looks to make sure all the doors are closed. What was your big revelation or in the next room?
Isaac, show him the book, please.
Very well. I'm sorry for. Hands it over to him. What is this? Your father's journal?
Lyric will stand next to Mercurius. See, there's coded pages here talking about a sacrifice, a ritual of some sort, and the hunter killing the people involved with the ritual here in town. The biggest thing that is of evidence is as I was saying, the time frame of coincidence, shall we say it for now, of the Master Ellis being murdered 6 months and the Hunter being captured 5 months ago to young Isaac here being gone that same 5 months, and in town here, no relevant or, in fact, any kidnappings or murders.
Unless, of course, Isaac is the essential sacrifice for the other part of the ritual.
You do know that the hunter is dead, right? And he hands you the book back to Isaac. He confessed to every one of the murders. He said exactly how he did it, where he did it, down to minute details.
Hey, Victor.
Hmm?
Are we dealing with God stuff here?
We're dealing with the mech.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's like,
Just
but again,
kinda-
Victor will. I'm not sure that was her, but Victor will inject unless you're looking at the other way around. Unless it's the other way around, then Isaac is the is possibly the essential sacrifice. Point is though, I don't think we're. It's like I don't think we're alone in.
I am not supposed to
There's
give
gonna
this
be another
information
murder.
out. Yes, the hunter did kill those people. They were part of his cult. He admitted to that and took his punishment.
Problem is though, the hunt.
So that would mean the Hunter is... Who, then?
Sorry, but the Emperor would have tan my hide if I told you who he was.
So
Wait,
it's
wait.
not... So it's not possible that the Hunter himself was possessed by a deity of some sort.
No, he was a member of his cult.
She points...
Isaac,
Alice's-
Mercurius has a brain blast who betrayed them when his kid was killed for a sacrifice. And looks over at Isaac. That's it. You said, what did you say about sacrifice in that book?
it had to be personal.
You don't get much more personal than your own flesh and blood kid now, do you?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Mercurius?
What were you thinking? Because I hope we are.
Of the list of people of the mental list I had, Wilhelmina wasn't entirely off the list.
Looks over at Isaac. Was there anything ever in that book about your mother?
Lyric would have that information too. Was
Isaac
there
goes,
anything about
not that I recall. Cat, get away from my dice.
was there anything in that book that about his mother?
Give me an investigation check for him. See if you recall anything from when you were looking through it.
Would that be a history check?
Yeah, sorry, history. That's more appropriate for this time.
Okay. Good, because that's the better roll. 25.
You don't recall her name being mentioned in general in there. You did hear one point of being they're mentioning the best co-conspirator in the dealings he does.
There was a mention of something about the best co-conspirator. Lich kind of looks at Mercurius. I think I get what you're putting down, but I don't think you're on the right track. Yeah, what's more personal than a son or a daughter? You asked that. What's more personal than the one who gave birth to you.
Are you hear Isaac? Are you implying I had something to do with this?
No.
No,
And
Victor, think about this. Hold on, stop. Who all was poisoned today?
so far everyone at the table who took a sip of wine, which leads me to my other thing, the other person. It's Victor's convinced there's probably a co-conspirator
Okay,
in this room, so we have at least
Isaac,
two people.
Isaac, what have you been doing all day?
I've just been ever since we got here. My mother has kept me at her side the entire night. Until I started talking to you guys, I've been trying to just help her work through the poison.
Uh-huh. So you've been at your house all day before coming here?
No, I just arrived here today with Mercurius.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you were with us. Okay.
And Mercurius backs that up.
Okay. So why there's just like all right, it's probably one of the Ellises that's doing this. She just wants to make sure we get the right one.
Yeah.
So you've been with your mother since we arrived. What time did we arrive here today?
What time did I say?
I want to say it was like just turning dusk, almost even.
I think that sounds about right. We'll go with that.
Okay. So at no other point have you... I'm assuming you've written to your mother at times while you've been away, correct?
Occasionally, yes.
Okay, and there's been nothing in those letters stating anything weird or strange of her behavior since your dad was murdered?
Well, she was a little distraught the first couple weeks, but then I left a month later to do my stewardship, and I assume she's gotten over it better than she was.
They're just gonna look at it. This is where you tell us if there's been anything strange going on with your mother at all. Otherwise, you may be implicated in this as well.
Nothing. Let me roll here. No, she seems back to more the self she was before Father died.
Would your mother have any reason to kill our host for the evening, besides the petty grudges between the houses?
No, she never really cared about those pity grudges. She was just more interested in raising me.
Would your mother have any reason? Would your mother have any reason to kill anyone at this dinner?
No, because he's only kind of caretaking the land until I come of age and can actually inherit it.
So, let me pose this question to everybody in the room. If Isaac has never drinking alcohol, specifically wine, before, correct?
Yeah, I'm
Correct.
not of age yet.
Why would Miss Ellis use a poison in wine to kill her son?
In hopes that maybe he would accidentally drink it.
Or unless
So,
it was the time wasn't right for it.
No, this was
If it-
purposely executed. I just think the wrong person died.
Given that the poison was meant, yeah, the poison would have acted for smaller folk, faster
or younger.
or younger. There's only one problem though. How with any of this, we've gotten mean. We've got motive. We've gotten, but means and access to do so is the only thing that's nebulous, and that's what's going to be the damning factor in all this.
The-
The,
no,
the,
you're
wi-
thinking
the
of it
wine glass.
wrong. We don't have a. You're looking at the body that's on the ground. We should be looking at the bodies that are still alive.
No, you're not following me. I'm saying all the wine glasses had the poison wasn't in the wine; it was in the glasses.
Yes, and I'm sure table arrangement was made perfectly square and assigned. Is that correct, Mercurius?
Or else drinking water when you asked that. No. As far as I know, it's just people sat where they wanted.
So, you wouldn't think that someone looking at a table layout, going, we're going to have all the major families here, could say, well, I'll take a chance and poison X amount of glasses in a 50-50 chance of killing the person that they want to kill.
Victor, give me an intelligence check here, quick.
Sure thing. That's an 8. Jesus, 8 on both sides too.
Okay. Yeah, you don't think of what you could have thought of there.
It was there, and then it was gone.
Yeah, it's still bugging Victor that okay, so even if
You had an
you
idea
think
about what
you think it is,
Lyric might be saying there, but you can't put two and two together to kind of
there's some it's like
That
there's a
could-
piece missing.
that you could either confirm or refute what she said.
Yeah.
Use the wrong piece of evidence in Danganronpa.
What's that? Again, like we're gonna still harp on the fact that, but she's never been here before tonight. Neither is Isaac. So
That's why I'm saying it's not her.
then who would that leave? That would leave.
It
And he
would
just
be
kind of
Isaac.
gestures to the person upstairs.
Who's the
There's-
person
or
upstairs?
Isaac. It's Mrs. Wiggletoe. The husband of the person killed. So it's
Is she being attended by somebody?
so far she's been locked in. She's in her room and locked
Is there,
behind a door.
are there any guards or anyone
Not-
there? Just hangs her head. Just starts walking up the stairs.
Where's she going?
You see Mercurius kind of run off in here.
Like just gonna go right to Miss Wiggletoe, right?
Waggle top.
Waggletop.
Yeah,
Go to her room.
Peter's gonna tell Mount Blood stay advising, and he's gonna follow Lyric.
Okay.
There is
Shout
a.
out if you need me.
You do that on the right one. There is a door here.
Hold on, sorry, I'm just reading something. Would you call a locked door a secured object?
It is a locked door, yes.
Okay, because I'm looking. Oh, I have Thunderwave. I could try and knock down a door with Thunderwave, but if it's locked and you consider it secured, I will not try that. Yeah. Lyric will look at Victor. We need to get into her room. Can't believe you guys just let her go without anybody with her.
And it's not like it's that simple.
It is that simple. It's a murder.
Yeah, and we have a room, and we
With
filled
poison,
a room
which is a very
with no
personal-
clear evidence as who did it.
It's a murder with poison, a very personal way to kill somebody, I might add. Which means everyone in the house is a potential suspect. Even ones who were in the house and left could
And
be a
keeping
potential
everybody
suspect who looks at herself.
everybody separate was probably the best move at the time.
Is she by herself?
She is by herself.
As you're arguing this,
Lyric-
Mercurius
Lyric
and the
immediately
butler come running
flicks
up.
Victor in the head. Just-
Well, I'm sorry, I'm
Is
not
there-
the one who ran off after
You think there's-
declaring their vengeful intention. Thank God you're not a murderer. of any kind.
The butler kind of comes up, kind of interrupts you. Do you think there's some issue that is the mistress in danger?
Please, Victor and Lyric say yes at the same time.
Yeah, Victor. They both just yell back, "Yes."
Okay,
Mistress
As he kind of
is the issue.
he kind of frantically grabs the key, but he does get the door unlocked. Reveal.
Bloodbath everywhere. Death.
As he kind of runs into this area, you see him kind of go up to this door. As he's fumbling with his keys, he drops them on the ground. Crap!
Take your time. She's either still alive or dead. There's a 50-50 here. So you
He puts a
unlocking
key
this
in,
door-
and nothing happens. Shoot! Pulls it out, puts the other one in. Still doesn't
Just gonna
open.
knock on the door.
Ugh.
This is Wild Top. Are you? If everything's all right, just
As you're
please
doing
answer.
that, he gets the door unlocked. Oh, please just let me rest. I'm as fine as I can be right now.
Lyric's going to look at the butler. Please open this door as well, please.
That one's not locked.
Okay, Lyric's just gonna walk in.
Just a smaller, like, guest bedroom.
Lyric's going to look throughout this room for anything. Dresser drawers, chests. There seems to be a fireplace here.
Give me an investigation. Okay, looking in the chest, you find it empty, but there's like a key inside of it.
Lyric will take the key. She's not going to pocket it, she's just going to hold it in her hands.
It looks like a chest key of some kind, so it's one you could use if the guest to store some valuables in and just to lock the keys in there so them to use it.
Okay.
You find a wardrobe right here, empty, nothing in it. Kind of got a drawer in the bottom, empty, nothing in there. Fireplace looks like it's not been lit in a couple days. See nothing unusual about it, nothing unusual about the beds.
Lyric's just going to put the key back into the chest and just like...
Ugh. Oh, she's... How did you have me so freaked out about? I had her behind 2 differently locked doors. And the only keys for them are on her or on me.
Apologies. We were concerned someone was probably making a move, and your life is put in great danger.
Butler, sir. Butler, sir. I have a question.
Yes?
Who was it that put out the wine glasses at the table?
That was me. I did it earlier today.
No one else touched the wine glasses.
Not since I had them stored in their storage closet.
Alright, is Mercurius still here?
Yes.
Okay, Mercurius, did you know that the butler was the only one that touched the wine glasses today?
That I saw.
Well, he just said that he has been the only one to touch them today.
Kind of looks at the butler. Get these doors locked up. Let's talk downstairs again.
Hold on, because everyone believes we have found a motive. I believe we haven't yet. And Luke's gonna pop her head back in. I hate to disturb you, miss, as you are grieving, but we need to have a conversation with you.
About what?
Well, seeing as though your husband died of poisoning from wine glasses that your butler was the only one to touch today, that either means your butler had motive to kill your husband, or your butler was ordered by someone to kill your husband.
He kind of looks up and screams, "I would never kill my husband!"
Oh, that's good to hear. We just want to make sure of that, correct?
He is visibly mad at you right now.
Oh, she can be mad all she wants. This is your time to say what you know. Because as soon as it gets turned over into paperwork, there's going to be no subjectiveness about this. It's just going to be cold facts. So if you want to say anything, perhaps the Admiral of the Navy and the son of the Duke of this city is a good one to tell your story to.
I will tell it later. She kind of goes back and like pulls the sheets she's on over her head.
Can I roll an insight check on her?
Go ahead.
That's a 20.
Yep, she's visibly mad and doesn't want to talk to anyone right now.
Like, just put your head down. Okay? Can't dispute we offered you a chance. Just, look. Alright, Mr. Butler. Let's go.
He goes back up and proceeds to lock this door again.
Before you lock that door, can we ensure that someone is here to listen for Miss Waggletop, please?
Victor's gonna summon his dog. Because, familiar.
Oof.
Could you put him in the room, please, Victor?
Yeah, before I lock the door,
He'll unlock the door to let the puppy back in. And locks it behind him again. As you see, as he kind of walks up and sits next to the bed at full alert.
There, she now has an emotional support puppy.
no, it's a very good emotional support puppy.
Alright, so let's figure out why the butler put poison in the glasses.
Oh, sorry, Victor.
No
As he kind of
problem.
locks
Feel
this
free
door
to-
behind you again, too.
Yeah, feel free to grab all tuggins and drop them in whatever room.
How is the butler's demeanor at the moment?
He's visibly shaken right now.
Okay.
As they walk back downstairs. So, when they were doing that, Mountain Blood, is there anything you want to talk with Isaac about?
Isaac? Personally, I don't think so. I mean, unless I can casually convince him to tell me what he knows without having to be super harsh or
Okay, so what are you going to ask him?
Like, what was he doing prior to this? Was he inside the house all day, or was he out and about?
He arrived with you.
Yeah, he was with us.
Oh, so long.
I know it's been a couple weeks since that happened, but yeah, he arrived with you guys, so
Oopsies.
you know what he was doing beforehand.
If you'd have any connection with any of the important families here.
Not really at my age. I hadn't really been dealing with that until I properly inherit the land.
Say maybe there was some practice or something as a early coming of age thing where some people kind of get shown around prior to them taking stand, if you will.
No, my father really never taught me how to deal with the nobility stuff like that.
Hear of any like interesting stories as far as like you heard any gossip on anything relating to this? You know,
Oh, I just got
prior
back to town. I know as much as you do.
wonderful. Gonna make a real short.
I'll say it about that's the time when everyone else comes back from downstairs. Mercurius goes, well, maybe we should talk to Wilhelmina some more then. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan to me. Actually, yeah.
Have we figured out what kind of poison it was?
I thought we did before.
We did.
Something that was fairly easy to get, I thought.
I forgot what I called it because I'm stupid and forgot to write it down.
Give me a minute. I think I might have written it down.
But yeah, basically it's derived from a local plant in this area. You just gotta boil it down to, it's like, basically in low doses it's a nice cleanser, but in high doses it tends to, like, you know, rip apart your stomach lining, cause a bunch of internal bleeding.
There's blood
Were they able to decipher if it was a powder, if it was some sort of liquid?
Yeah, it was a powder.
But you can distill it, turn it into a liquid if you wanted to as well.
Because they're trying to figure out how did nobody notice there was pre-liquid or pre-powder in our glasses before having wine.
It was very like Victor would just be answering. It was very faint.
So pungent.
And,
You need a little bit or to get there.
It was probably just a little bit at the bottom of the glass. Nobody noticed because right where the stem was.
Like anyone
Pretty
would
much what
suspect
Victor
it to be
said,
poison.
yes.
Okay, have we found where someone hid the powder?
No, I already checked the cellars and I couldn't find anything.
Has
I
everyone
don't
been
If there's anything on the
searched?
bottles or anything.
Has everyone been searched?
We've checked the. There's not enough people to search everybody. No, most likely. The answer is no because that's the other problem with that. We have nobles. Nobles aren't exactly. He's trying to find something more concrete before going that far.
Lyric immediately turns. There's a dead body. And
There's
other
a dead
sick
body
people.
in a full room full of either victims
You
or
don't-
murderers.
How much more probable cause do you need to search people?
It's like, well, Victor returned to his brother and say, I don't know, do I have enough probable cause to start searching the most powerful families in the entire in the whole city?
No, that's why I called the MPs that are being delayed by the weather.
Exactly.
There it goes. How much say do you have over me from searching them?
Considering you're a civilian, remember you don't technically work for me, so
There it goes. What if I have them volunteer it?
they won't.
If you can get them to volunteer, be my guest.
All right.
But if you try to force someone, I will have to intervene.
Lyric just turns straight toward the butler. So, do you mind if I search you?
It's already been searched. Go ahead.
He basically relents. Yeah, go ahead. I have nothing to hide.
All right.
Do an investigation check on him.
Great body cavity search.
Okay. Could I argue for sleight of hand or just straight?
Sure,
investigation?
go ahead. What's your argument for sleight of hand? Because you're trying to find stuff on him. They might be
I'm patting
hiding.
them down, yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That works.
Searching for hidden pockets with my hands. So. That's 13, unfortunately.
Yeah, you find his coin purse on him. He lets you look through it. You find just basically some money in there. He's got the key ring that's got all the keys you saw him unlocking the doors with. A picture of his daughters on him.
As Lyric is patting down the butler, she goes, so do you have any reason to kill Mr. Raggletop? Or...
Why would I kill my employee?
I mean, he could have slapped you, he could have done something mean to you. There's lots of reasons that you would want to kill your employee.
He's always been nice to me. I've known him since he was a wee lad.
It's good to hear. What sort of race is the butler?
Human.
Human, okay. So it's D&D. You want to be able to convey
Size
things
them
in a
up.
way that they will understand. So,
But yeah,
all right. So it seems like this guy is pretty simple. I want to say not well educated, just by how he's talking.
I don't know why I used wee lad just to make it sound funny, but he looks like he's not super high knowledgeable, but enough to be a butler.
Okay. Just looking at him for comments. So how long have you been working for him?
Um, since before my daughter was born, probably 25 years.
So he's got pictures of his daughter's kids or his adults in his coin.
You know his daughter.
I know his daughter.
Yeah, I believe I said this before. She was from the Bard's College.
Oh, okay. So I've obviously met her. I haven't met him, correct?
Correct, because she's, like I said, in the cities. He's never left this area.
What's her name?
What did I say the name was again? Check my notes. Thought I hope I have this on here someplace. And now I wrote it down someplace.
Butler's daughter's name was Lyric. Oh God, how weird.
She's not half elf.
Could have sworn I wrote this down someplace.
Was it the girl who I helped with the play?
Yes, it was.
Okay, that's fine. And Lyric knows that this is her father just by looking at the picture. Obviously, I would assume.
Yes, and I think if I remember right, he did tell you that outright too.
Okay. And she just looks at him. You know, I helped your daughter with a performance recently.
That's good. I hope she's doing well down there.
You seem quite shaken by all of this.
Well, yes, my employer was just murdered. I'm a little shaken right now.
He's just old, that's all.
Give me an insight check.
That's natural 1.
Yep, from what you can tell, he's just shaken up because his boss just died.
So who do you think did it?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
And she just looks at him. You know everything points to you, right? She just leans in and just emphasizes everything points to you.
I know.
So anything that you can give me, or I'm curious as to reasons that you didn't do it or were influenced to do it, would be really helpful.
If I could think of anything, I would tell you. But I have nothing.
And she just looks at me. Either you're lying to me right now, or you're telling the truth. Which one do you think I believe?
The way you're looking at me, you think I'm lying.
To tell you the truth, I don't quite know.
But yeah,
Because-
when Lyric's doing this, Victor, you notice that Wilhelmina's sitting next to your mom, and they're kind of talking up a bit.
And Victor over here, what they're talking about?
You basically hear Wilhelmina basically telling stories of her raising her kid. And you hear your mom come retorting back with embarrassing stories about when you were a kid.
So at that point, Victor's going to go tap her on the shoulder. His mother on the shoulder.
Oh. Yes, Victor.
Do we have quick chat? He just kind of gestures over towards the empty room. In which case, here would be more appropriate.
Now that the body's in there, so no. Oh yes, we can. If you excuse me for a minute, Wilhelmina, my son needs to discuss something with me. Oh yes, of course.
So while Lyric's interrogating the butler,
Okay.
Victor's going to go grab a seat, and then kind of as low as he can, talk to his mother about. So I'm guessing by now you've already pieced together what the poison was.
Yes. Yes, I have.
So you should probably know what the next question I'm about to ask is. Or at least the next couple of questions.
I didn't do it.
Well, not that. I know you didn't do it. It's like there's enough. Victor knows he has enough information on her to know she's not behind us. It's like no, not that.
You do know that recipe for that poison is common knowledge. Go ahead.
Right. It was like Victor's saying, do you know anybody who would also know their
Basically she
plan?
says, yeah, that how to make that poison's pretty common knowledge. Anyone here can really find her digging can figure out how to make it. Super easy to get the ingredient.
Yeah. So if I wanted to, say for example, make something that make enough to poison a whole room, where would the best place to keep it? Because given how people usually don't get just enough of the amount of dosage, or at least there should be something left over, some kind of kit, right? A poisoner's kit, something.
Well, if you got a big enough basement, you can keep it in there pretty easily.
Fortunately, I couldn't find anything in the basement. It's not to my eyes.
Yeah, a lot of basements in the city, or towns in the city have basements, so.
Victor just kind of just hangs his head low, like, of all nice as that happened. Just trying to figure out. There's gotta be. I just need something kind of. I've got a little bit, but not enough to actually tell me who did it. It's not. Pretty sure it wasn't either the Big Toes or the Dragonborn. All the hunch. I think they're just more they have their own reasonings and they're more opportunistic. At worst, and pull some of this off. So,
I don't know, something seems off about Wilhelmina tonight to me.
Yeah.
He's usually not this small talky.
That's the other thing that's bothering me. How close was she with Harvey?
It was a marriage of convenience.
Victor would just lean back a bit. How so?
He wanted an heir, as far as I know. She wanted a kid. And I guess she could do it in the lap of luxury if she married him.
Otherwise, no. But no real love between the two.
Pretty much, yeah.
And, well, I mean, she wouldn't have any magical or be involved in with any particular groups. As far as you're aware, like
not to my knowledge.
Anything of the occult of the arcane. Oh, great. So they're just gonna lean in. Isaac had a book. This was his father's notes. Apparently, he was involved with a certain lich, and might have been making he was going to use his son for a play.
Was it Namek?
Victor just nods his head.
Give me an intelligence check.
Alright, that's normal. Good rolls. That's 16.
How does your mom know that name?
Mother, how do you know about Namek?
She kind of holds up and kind of pats her book. Long story short, I know it through her.
Yeah. I have a feeling.
I think she has a grudge with him too. She hasn't talked to me about it though.
Who doesn't? By the way, she sent she wanted me to say hello on her behalf. We've met a few times.
Yeah, she did tell me that too. She just wanted to make sure you said it too. She kind of taps her forehead.
Well, honestly, as far as gods and demigods go, she's not too bad. Not
Well,
just kind of shrugs.
I think we should maybe question her some. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, wholeheartedly. Let's be quiet. We don't want to let her know that you might think she's onto her. If she is if she is happen to be our culprit.
Good idea. As you now see that the other Dragonborn, the wife, is kind of sitting next to her talking. As Willyric's finishing up her interrogation of Oswald.
Lyric's just gonna finish up after patting him down at the last conversation bit and just be like, because your daughter doesn't seem like she was raised by a monster. And she's gonna
You see
have her pat
Kavna
down.
kind of talking to Wilhelmina. Do you... Or this... Poison's kind of getting to me. Do you know anything that could help cure it? Wilhelmina, I figured you maybe be the next person to ask, because you don't seem like you'd be... like you're into the murder or anything tonight. No, I wish I knew too. Isaac's been trying to help me get through it all night. Small talking's been helping me keep distracted. Mountain Blood, give me a constitution check.
It's like on that.
I think I'd be the first one to have a push through just due to my size and build. I'd have
Yeah, I know, and you've been haven't been rolling good to get rid of it, so...
garbage. Let's see. Constitute saving throw. You said.
Check.
Okay. Let's get this crap out of my system. 8. God.
Yep, you're still affected by it, but... Luckily the stuff you've had to roll for wouldn't be affected by it right now, so...
Does Lyric notice that conversation going on? Is it loud enough for her to notice it?
Yeah, she came in when you were doing the pat-down, and it's loud enough for you could hear it.
Lyric just turns to, how many people are still sick from it?
You see both Wilhelmina and her raise her hand, and she goes, and I believe my husband is as well, and didn't your big guy not affected by it too?
Alright, go get your husband. Everyone who's still poisoned, please gather in the next room.
I'll go get him. Oswald kind of walks off.
Actually, it's TVG.
Yeah?
Player had a thought. Wants to know if the character would have the same thought. What? Given Victor's limited Arcana background, would he be knowledgeable of, like, say, Enthrall or any kind of spells? Non-reaching mental effects.
Give me an Arcana check on that.
Big roll. No whammy. No whammy.
No whammies.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Heaven,
Nope.
hell, rolling,
Wow.
you're up on hell.
Someone screenshot that, because wow. Either
That's one spectrum or the other.
it's like I don't know if I should be angry at Roll20 or just be angry at God himself. Somebody doesn't.
Be impressed or be heavily
yeah, fuck
upset
you,
about it.
TVG, God.
I don't know, somewhere, some authoritative being.
So before
I
everyone
think
starts walking in, you hear Victor hear your mother go, "So Wilhelmina, how you holding up after with your passing of your husband then?" "Oh, it's been tough and all that. the first couple of months were really tough, and especially since Isaac went on his stewardship with Mercurius there, I've been all alone at my house with not much to do, honestly, other than deal with the land and all that. Your mother looks at you, Victor. Like, ask away.
So how does that? So you would say you've had some time to look through some old notes. Anything left behind by your husband?
Hmm. Not really. I was more watch Isaac deal with him and deal with the our servants at our house. Deal with them, making sure they get all the food cooked and all that kind of stuff.
Lyric's going to look at Victor. Hey, Victor, can we move that conversation in here? I want to get these people who are sick feeling better, please.
Honestly, yeah, shit, man. Got to ask if you knew how to cure poison. Yeah, let's get everyone in the other room.
Is there something wrong with this room? Why don't we all meet in here? We got a bigger table.
I need a little bit more legroom to kind of... What I need to do to cure you of your illness is kind of hands-on. It's better if you lay down while I do it.
Vibes of the room are better in this giant.
Very well. Isaac, be a dearie and help me get out of this chair.
It's not. Victor was about to offer, like, I can help.
Kind of helps them up, and they start walking into the other room.
Yeah, Victor will fall behind.
Okay, anyone who is ill, please lay down on the ground. I'm gonna have to do this one at a time. It's gonna take some time for me to work, well, my magic, to get you feeling well. So please just be patient with me, but I will have you feeling better once I finish up what I need to do. Is Mountain Blood gonna go lay down, or is he gonna still be sitting?
Yep. Just
Okay.
lie down slowly. Yes.
Lyric is going to start with Mountain Blood, so that way Victor can continue his questioning. But this is what she's going to be doing. There's a few things she's going to be doing. First of all, she's going to be using Lesser Restoration on everyone who's sick. Now, if you notice, that is a regular spell.
Mm-hmm.
But Lyric is going to be performing it like it's a ritual. Reason for this is she's going to take this opportunity to do a pad search on everyone who's sick, except for Mountain Blood, but she needs to do it just for performance sake. That way, she doesn't need permission to search them. She could search them while she's curing them of their illness.
Fair enough. Okay.
So she's going to start with Mountain Blood.
And I'm aware of what you're doing, right? As far as the ritual goes.
You won't be cured until she's done performing her ritual, but as soon as she casts a spell, you'll feel fine.
Yeah, but I'm aware of your inside, what you're trying to do.
She wouldn't tell you.
Okay, so I'm just.
She wouldn't want to risk the game.
Okay. Good.
Which is why she established, hey, this is going to take me some time to work my magic for you to feel better.
It's not like a hint, hint, wink, wink sort of thing. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, sounds good.
So there you go, Victor.
Let's see. What's the next question?
Just let me know when 10 minutes are up in the interrogation, Mr. Timothy.
Okay.
Because guess who's next?
Yep. Victor we'll just continue asking questions like, so I said a lot of time to yourself to manage the estate, and I said you haven't really found much left over, like what your husband was up to, what his plans were, anything for the future, like especially for Isaac's safety, for his inheritance.
Oh yeah, he did all that work. I mean, I had to deal with that once he died. That was some annoying paperwork, but we got it all settled out. So I'm just basically, till Isaac becomes full of age, I am in charge of it. That's been fun. And once he turns 18, it is legally his.
So he's only a couple more years off before for that being the case.
Oh, and it'll be so nice when it's up, so I don't have to deal with all the legal red tape.
What have you been doing as a hobby to, I'm sure, take your mind off things? Some people take up. Some people tend to take up.
Oh, I crochet.
Like I said, reading. Some people tend to take up. Some people tend to go into gardening, or you know.
Yeah, I crochet.
Crochet.
Roll me an insight.
Yeah, that's I was about to say. As soon as I found what she, there we go. Now you get good rolls.
That was a
19.
bold-faced lie.
They turn
You could see in every
mentally
fiber of her being that she was lying through her teeth on that one.
Give me one more. I'll note that down. So when I say the poison was, oh, I can't believe I didn't actually write down the name of poison. I always thought I did.
I'll look it up and write it down between sessions so I know what it is for sure. What I called it. I know it's called something stupid because it's the first thing I came up with.
It was something like blood
Yeah.
ward, whatever. So in that case, you never would have had to deal with blood ward at any given point, would you?
Can't say that I have.
Better insight check.
Go ahead.
Keeping that ball rolling. 14.
No, you can tell she's worked with the stuff before.
Well, since I haven't, well, practically everyone here, I think it would be, you don't mind if we wouldn't mind knowing that that happens to be the particular case of poison that was used tonight. Have that.
It
Right
was?
across this. Yeah, blood ward. Gives.
Never would have guessed that.
Yeah, in small doses, it's not too dangerous, but in more concentrated doses, you'll have what we had last night with we're working faster on smaller persons. You know, like halflings, gnomes, kids.
I didn't think that stuff was fatal.
Oh, it's absolutely fatal. Just
You want to roll insight
That's
on
it.
that?
oh yeah. Like you pretty much knows the answer to this point. She kn-
Oh yeah,
Poor
you can
Dad.
tell she's lying about that too. I think a couple of people in the room you can see from looking around that have picked it up on. She's lying about something here. As Mercurius is kind of standing there, arms folded.
Yeah, good. It's a good thing we have a talented bar on hand
Yes,
and have cured stuff.
it'll make this a lot better.
Did
Although it's probably not going to fix us from having a fun night in
you The latrine, of course. Like I said, I've had a few runs and stuff myself.
So, is that a reason you think we can trust this daughter of one of the fallen great family's houses over there treating us from it?
Honestly, of all the people here, she's one of the few people I trust wholeheartedly.
Is she really going to cure us of the poison, or is she the one that put it in there to begin with?
Nah, that's it. Victor would just kind of.
Derek, you just heard her outright
around,
oust you as one of the kids of that former family.
yeah, Victor about to even turn around. It's like, Lyric's not a murderer. she's a lot of things. She's got too good of a heart for that. That's sweet, actually.
Second here.
Strange though. Normally, whoever used stuff would have to get
Lyric
real.
obviously hears this, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Lyric's just going to immediately respond, yeah, I won't kill you unless you want to admit you ruined my family and took away everything I ever had. She's just going to smile at her.
What was your family's name again?
It is, for Tom. There, let me...
Yeah, I was for Tom. Okay.
Put it in,
You
put
hear
it in the chat.
Garlic's kind of perk up. Wait, you're for Tom's kid? That's why I recognized you.
Lyric just waves at him.
Is for Tom with an N or Tom with an M?
It's in the chat.
Ah. Why I have some feeling that these are all just outside of Larry. Everything else is just a what's the name pun? A musical pun.
That is not a musical pun.
Okay. Sorry, I just saw Fortnite and I just assumed. Anywho.
I've heard
It is
that
a
name
reference.
someplace before and I can't place it. It's annoying me, but whatever.
It is a reference.
Yeah. Anywho, that side note aside. So yeah. Yeah, you would think that, but she hasn't been back here for years.
I remember. Harvey kind of got a lot of your old family's land, didn't he? That was pretty fun hearing his family's tales of getting it from you.
Good. Maybe you can tell me some when I'm curing you of your poison. That stares her.
You know, hold on, let's see, I'm trying to think of something clever.
Has
But
it
yeah,
been
back to the
10
matter
minutes
at hand.
Not quite yet.
yet? Okay.
I'd say it's about 5.
Didn't think
Yeah.
so.
And
Mountain Blood's getting a nice massage.
yeah, Victor, let's see. Don't want to chance it. Yeah, you know, let's chance it. Let's gamble a bit here. Funny thing about Bloodwort, and has an interesting side effect with alcohol.
And what side effect is that?
Tends to speed it up a little bit. And given how long everyone's been suffering from the effects, yes, we might not have the time. We might have time to get to everybody.
Yeah, if only that was true.
Now, how does the other two Dragonborn look at those words?
They get a little like, what? But the moment she says that's not true, they kind of perk down a bit.
Did
Did I say that was one of its effects? I can't remember or not.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, okay.
That's why Victor's lying.
Okay.
Oh. How would you know that?
So, the thing is, when I was rolling those, for just deception checks for her lying about that stuff, I rolled 2 1s and a 3. So she's I'm making it that she's just been lying herself further and further into a corner here.
Yep. Oh, so I chose.
And she's been rolling pretty good with everything else the last couple sessions. Well, here we go. I guess this jig is up. As she takes out a knife.
Oh, Victor is going to immediately stop
and
that.
stabs
He's
it
pull out
right
that
into
Rod of
the
Wonder.
Dragonborn next to her. As she gets up and jumps over here.
Hold on. I'm sorry. You must have missed what I said. I said Victor pulls out the Rod of Wonder and points it directly at her.
Okay.
It's like, I wouldn't do that.
I was going to say, because Lyric is been now looking at her. Lyric isn't casting anything. She's not doing any ritual. As soon as she pulls out the knife, she's gonna become tiny.
Okay. That immediately
Wait,
gets counterspelled.
Hey, chat. You want to see me cast this? Want to see what Rod of Wonder does?
Let's see. I'd forgotten. I was gonna make a special table for that, but
Yeah, I was looking at the. It was like, this is some interesting effects.
there it is.
Man, if
So for
only
now, I'll
Dorn
just use
was
the
here.
DM Dungeon
with
Master
all that,
Guide one.
with all that happening, she tries to run for it. I see if I can make an attempt at the Ring of the Ram. See if I can't stop her.
Oh, if she runs, Victor has lightning lure. She's close. She is close enough. He's going to.
Well, I hate to say this. You're technically prone, so you lose half your movement.
Oh,
'Cause you're
I just
laying
can't roll.
down.
I just can't roll. Like do a half turn.
If it's something you could shoot, I think you'd be okay.
I think it's ranged, or I thought it was ranged since it's got 3 charges on it.
Okay then. As you cast that on her. Oh, that's the wrong die.
I just had Ring of Lamb, pending details, 3 charges, one creature.
Yep.
I'll crit.
As her
Yeah, I'm up
skin
in the-
turns a bright blue color.
Oh, shit. Oh well. Take 2. Action surge. Lightning lure. Get back here.
Okay. We'll let Mountain Blood do his roll for your Ring of the Ram first.
Hey,
You're welcome. My enlarge reduce 8 her counter spell.
Oh, I don't think that's a spell thing for the Ring of the
18?
Ram. That's just a straight up.
No. I mean for lightning lore.
Oh.
Hey, what?
My enlarge reduce 8 her counter spell. She has no more reactions until she can take her next turn, which is 6 seconds from now.
So yeah, no, because Victor had used his action to use the Wad of Thunder just kind of as a deterrent. That didn't work, so that's why his backup is Action Surge Lightning Lure. Just so he can keep her nice and close. So, yeah, like I said, she...
Yeah, that'll hit.
Because that doesn't happen. So,
And that does blast her back here.
But Lightning Rod? No, that pulls him closer
No.
to the Victor.
Ram does the-
lightning rod. Yeah,
the
you have
Ram
lightning
throws
rod.
him back, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure I get the clear...
We got a lot of
Events.
stuff happening right here.
It's like, oh, well, it's like, oh, well, it's violence time.
It's like it was 11 damage.
Okay. So, yep, that hits. So. As the storm has gotten much worse during this, too.
Oh, good.
But yeah, roll for your lightning lure.
I said it just works. She
Oh.
has to make a strength check. We pulled 10 feet in a straight line towards me.
Okay. And what's the DC on that?
DC on that is 15.
15? Unfortunately, she did beat that.
That's a shame. That's also very annoying.
A good thing
And,
she was pushed toward
she-
Mercurius, your brother.
She wouldn't have taken like damage by hitting the wall, would she? Or would she?
Didn't
not have hit the
didn't
wall?
fling into the wall.
Okay, alright, just checking.
He also is going to use bonus action to expeditious retreat. Just get that ready.
Okay, seeing this, he figures, oh shit, let me get his character sheet up, because I wasn't actually expecting him to do any fighting today.
Nothing goes
I
to
mean, we
plan.
weren't trying to do any fighting. Also, the Dragonborn that got stabbed, is that a mortal wound? Like, I can't cure it, or are they just...
They're at 0, but they're about to do death saving throws, so...
Okay, that's fine, because I can just cure them.
As he makes 2 attacks into her.
Flame tongue?
The name of his sword.
Fire sword.
Damn.
We actually remember we saw him carrying that when we first met.
He's used it in combat before.
Hey, we've seen it.
I should say, good thing Gorin's not here, otherwise she would have been teleported 500 feet in the air and dropped from the sky.
Typical
God,
behavior.
I still love that. It's like, well, I guess you're going to get introduced to gravity.
Funny you should mention that spell, Wimpy. Because... boop!
God damn it.
As she just disappears.
Fuck, and I don't have counter spell.
As before she disappears, saying, well, this turned out bad. I'll come back for you later, my son. And then she poops out of there.
So, Arcana, I would like to know if that was specifically the short version or the long version spell.
Short
there's
version or
that-
long version of what?
Teleportation, or is this just Misty
Arcana
Misty
step. Arcana
Yeah.
check.
Yep. Where's Arcana?
Don't worry.
11.
Yeah, it's some spell.
Damn it.
Quick question, where's Victor's dad?
He's in the other room.
Okay,
Probably
good.
still drinking.
Good, I have I have a request. for Lyric.
Okay, well, there is a Dragonborn lady bleeding out on the floor.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
we should totally deal with that. Lyric's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
go.
For sure heal and then question.
Goes, ickety bickety, there goes your sickety.
What are you casting?
And she's gonna get a healing word of 7 points.
As she kind of stabilizes and opens up her eyes.
And then she's just gonna go around, just slap all 3 people who are sick with lesser restoration.
I will say this, that happened in about 10 minutes, so you did get the ritual version of it off on Mountain Blood.
Oh, there is no ritual version. She was pretending
Oh.
there was a
It's
ritual
just
version.
faking it.
Oh yeah, you're right,
Yes,
that
it
spell
is.
doesn't have a ritual version.
She was faking it.
I am totally stupid.
She was using it as a guise to do a search in case it reached that point. So.
All a ruse. All a ruse. Mom Blood just got a really good massage out of it, that's all.
Yep.
It's basically as she disappeared to hear Mercurius go, God damn it, she got away! As you see Oswald kind of fall to the ground. Oh. 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 My daughter. No. No. As you see him sitting on the ground weeping.
Hey, none of that. I need you. It's like, and Victor would just shake him a little bit. Like, what about your daughter?
Lyrics, which one?
He only has one daughter.
Oh, I thought you said daughters.
Oh.
No, it's just daughter.
Gee.
Lyrics is gonna immediately turn to Victor. Is there some way we can contact somebody in the capital?
Actually, yes, we do. sending
they-
stones. I think Victor still has the one that's connected back
Send
to.
everyone to go protect this man's daughter, and Lurk's gonna give
Yep.
Victor
Take,
name and her location.
Before you say
Yeah,
anything, you see Mercurius pull out a scroll. What's your daughter's name? He says, I should have the name, whatever.
Lyric at the same time as the butler says her name.
Ingvar, get someone to protect Green at the Bard's College. She's in mortal danger now.
Victor, you should do the same.
Yeah, they just used the sending stones. Should I forget I went back to Ingvar? I went back to someone in the Emperor's Guard.
I totally don't remember who I gave you those sending stones for.
One is out. He makes the same he makes the same request.
Okay. Good. Ingvar says he's gonna get someone on that immediately. Goes up to Oswald. Tell me what happened now. That Wilhelmina, she came to me a couple days ago. She said she was needed my help with something, and if I didn't comply, she'd send someone to deal with my daughter. I don't know what, she didn't tell me what she was gonna do, but I found out tonight, and she said to play coy at the dinner party, like I didn't know what happened.
Get everyone else into the room.
Lyric's gonna walk up to the butler, slap him in the face for one. Look at him. You should have told me when we were in the corner, and give him a big hug.
As you kind of see, Geralt is just kind of basically hugging his wife. God, I don't know what I've done if I would have lost you. As the dwarves come down. What the hell is going on?
Before we move on,
Good
Victor would
snowbreaker
check in
here.
with his familiar, his good old pup.
No one's tried anything in there.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna say
Then
this.
Victor.
If you hadn't noticed the one guy going upstairs, shit would have gone worse.
What? One of the Dragonborn
Yeah.
or Oswald?
Dragonborn.
Oh, joy. Why is it always that asshole and his people you have to deal with? Victor's just gonna pour out a nice. It's just no, he's not giving a bar. He's
Give
just
me
gonna
a
finish the rest
perception
of his-
check.
Yeah. We've always got small, flask of ale and the catch jack. I think the catch jack. Right at this point. Fuck, I need to get drunk.
Ale sounds good.
You get offering this to the butler.
Yeah.
He
You
grabbed it and
offer-
just drinks. It's gone. He finished it. He polished it off.
I'm
Should I
gonna
get Snowbreaker in here
Cactus
too?
Jack from my my inventory.
So he kind of looks at him. You had nothing to do with this, right? She only blackmailed you into it, correct? He just shakes his head up and down. Good. We'll make sure that is known and you will not be punished for this. But yeah, everyone give me that perception check I said about.
Yep. Perception.
Get
19.
Snowbreaker in here too, since.
Nope,
everything's
she's still
going
outside.
south. Okay, I'm just thinking to flag her in so she knows what's going on too.
Yeah,
Seven
no.
average.
Yeah, both Lyric and Victor. You see Isaac's kind of sitting on the ground, basically head on his hands, just shaking, and you notice that your mother is kind of comforting him right now. What was she gonna do with me? He's just repeating, what was she gonna do with me? Were both my parents monsters? What am I? Am I a monster too? He's like visibly shaken up right now.
Lyric's gonna walk over to him. She looks at him.
Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot.
I can answer both of those questions for you if you want.
Face slap.
What
He
they
kind of looks
are-
up at you.
What they are is in that journal. What you are is not the circumstances of your birth, but what you make of your life.
That was a good line ruined by my ambient music.
Yes.
I was saying, man, it got real. Man, did I just see a Mewtwo fly outside?
And Lyric, after saying the circumstances of her birth, speaking of, she's gonna
And then-
immediately just
As you
power,
notice that Regulus has kind of walked in as another bottle of wine.
power stomps to Victor's dad. You, sir,
He kind of gets taken aback to that.
you, sir, have allowed this to happen.
Allowed what to happen?
Everything in this town for the last 6 months you've allowed to happen. Everything
Yes,
for the
because I'm in
last year.
charge of this town.
She just looks at him. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to renege and strip the title of the Ellis family. Immediately. And you're going to use their land for an orphanage for the sick and starving children. And you're also going to do that for housing for the poor in the city. They're going to be taken care of here. And the great noble families are going to pay taxes to feed those people.
You hear the dwarves chirk up. I am not paying any more taxes.
Shut up! She just turns around, just shut up.
Oh,
Because you have been part of taking away my family. You're going to give to others. That is my vengeance. That is avenging my family. And she'll look at the Dragonborns. Correct?
Yes, because basically, you saved my wife's life. I will help too.
And you'll name the orphanage after my family. And they will be remembered for the kind souls that they were.
Oh, I'm gonna need more of this, but it kind of chugs the bottle. I'll do that as fast as I can. There will still be some red tape involved as you...
You're in charge of the city. You could do it now.
Just gonna pipe in and be like, do you want like a marker like on the outside? This is on in honor of, and then just family's name written on it.
Be lucky I'm not asking for an annual parade for them.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
Point her finger right up near Victor's dad's chin, just firmly stating, I am in control of this situation right now. You will do as I say.
I am the captain. Yeah, Victor was going to see if you can cast Thaumaturge and make your voice boom.
I will see what I can do.
But I don't think I can cast that to a creature, so it's only bait.
But what happened in here? I heard some fighting and came in to investigate. I don't...
Oh, I can answer that. Wilhelmina turns out to be working for a cult. So was her father. It's not for
husband.
so her husband. Apparently,
Lyric will turn to Victor and be like, that was very simply put. May I expunge upon that and say it more eloquently?
Whatever. But you're just gonna take out the other flask and start drinking.
Lyric just turns to Victor's father. Your negligent, drunk ass allowed a cult of death into your city. It's just going to continue just berating him.
It's like,
I just put my hand on there, just like, all right, let's just reel it back just a little bit here, just a little bit.
well, they're just gonna watch. No, it's like no. By all means, continue.
Mercurius is watching this too.
Because Lyric is doing this for Victor too. She's just like just dressing him down.
Biggest Karen power move ever in history.
Yeah, he's just taking a mental picture in his mind, like, I'm gonna savor this every night.
Mercury's just going to his head. Okay, do not let this happen. Do not do this. Okay, I know what to do next. He's taking notes for when he gets to inherit his father's title.
Also, hey, Mountain Blood, can you go get Snow Striker?
What's that?
Go get Snow Striker real quick.
Snowbreaker.
Snowbreaker,
And-
yeah.
Over.
And as Lyric's doing this, she's becoming more demonstrative and performative as it's going on. So, like, toward the end, she's just flailing her arms about.
Oh yeah, and while she's doing that, you know, yeah, fuck it. They just need Thaumaturgy to just kind of ram up the thunder. just, like, just make this as much of an momentous occasion as possible. Why? I don't know. Fuck this fail. Fuck this place.
I was just getting a little crowded in here. Just gonna see myself out real quick. Just gonna hang out outside. Just let me know when everything's out.
He's not trying to drown out Lyric. He's trying to accentuate what exactly is happening.
I'm so glad there was an NPC at the vacant lot that was her home that said, yeah, well, basically, the Duke's in charge of everything. The four families just squabble and stuff, so she knows who to blame for all of this.
And they discovered something very important. Man, fuck this place. Doesn't care for any of these people
hear,
except for maybe.
As you finish up, Lyric, you hear Mercurius go, okay, well, enough berating my father for now. More important pressing matters are going. We have to catch her. Where do you think she would have gone, Isaac? I don't know. Maybe she has something at home. She was pretty beat up.
Lyric immediately, the church?
What would the church have to do with this?
She might be.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's some cult of something, and where else would you go to worship something? Well, besides your house.
or complete a ritual.
Those would be the two places I would think of.
I don't know. Father's book mentioned his work study, his secret work study that I never found. Maybe it's at our house. Okay. As you hear basically thumping on the door as you're getting outside Mountain Blood, you see a bunch of MPs kind of come into the building. We're here on Mercurius's order.
I mean,
Where's the problem?
the problem pretty much saw itself out, but you can just double check with any of the people inside, since many people were affected. But feel free to just scout around.
Grab a couple just basic tokens for these people.
Basic guards.
Yeah. As they kind of come piling in. Mercurius, sir. Reporting for duty. About goddamn time you got here. Okay. Victor, Lyric, come with me. You guys, secure this place up. Make sure no one comes and leaves but me. Get treatment for the people that need it. And get Priest in here for last rites on Ribbles. Itirat Astra, sir. Very well. Come on, Lyric, Victor, let's go.
Yeah. Lead the way.
Lyric, you coming outside?
Yep. Sorry. Roll 20 was...
It's still quite pouring out here. Okay, so we need to split up and go after her. You seem to think it's in the church.
Yes. If Arcturus is any indication, they might be trying to pull the same crap here.
Okay, do you mind if I borrow your other one here?
Snowbreaker?
Yes.
Yeah. Snowbreaker, if you don't mind. Please kill my brother to, let's say, so I'm guessing, Mercurius is going to look at the church while me, Lyric, and Mountain Blood go to the house.
Yes, because of reasons.
Yeah.
We won't say what those reasons are, but I believe it's spelled P-L-O-T reasons.
Pretty much. And I think this is a good place to cut her off for the night then.